when I look at a studio, it's like looking at your love letters.
Really?
I think so. Very intimate.
Wow, I hadn't thought of it like that before.
Yeah.
Because when I've seen a lot of artists' studios, I'm thinking, how do you know where things are?
Yeah. Love is messy too, right?
Yeah.
So it
So,
comes.
you can apply a lot of that too.
Yeah. Can be a certain way that you have a relationship with your significant other, whether it's, and it has to fit just right and things, or it can just be chaotic, but it still is love. It still works.
Uh-huh.
And so when I see a studio, especially for the first time, it's an intimate look into your life and how you see the world and how you construct. The most intimate of all things is your art, right? I mean, that's you, that's your soul, that's everything. And so when I get the honor to look at a studio, I get that snapshot.
Okay.
So I'm literally just trying to take it in.
Okay.
Right? And I look and I see, I walk in, the first thing I see is a library, perfectly laid out, but with objects that all have meaning, I'm sure.
Yes.
From ribbons to a hat that has very much significance, very much, to sculptures of all types. The books are organized. You have certain things here. This would be interesting to talk about just in here. What is this portion? What is that portion in that?
The part I don't like is printing, printer ink, technology that drives me absolutely out of my mind.
Yes.
That's how I correspond with people, envelopes for writing letters.
Right.
That's where I have all of my papers and promotional things.
Yes.
So because I business cards,
Yes.
writing materials, letters cards that I send out, and it's just
So things you have to have to function to do your business.
There you go.
But when I look at the rest of the thing, I see the rest of the gallery, which is a gallery. I see mementos. I see things of meaning. I see your books, the structure of how you became and are an artist. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I see. Yes. So, and you love animals.
True. So
yeah, I mean, so you see
a lot of animal books.
And on the wall you have a deer that's up there, and I'm assuming it's not something that you harvested.
No,
but it was
hunter.
Right. You make the face exactly right. So when you have to think about it, it's so interesting. People often would say, "Oh, he must be a hunter," and I thought to myself, "No, he did not kill that animal. No. That animal is spiritual and reference and being around what you love and keeps you in the moment, right, for what you do with your wildlife, because you're a great wildlife painter. Your calendar is a tiger, an ibex. There's a grizzly on top. There's a beautiful pig, which I want to talk about. I mean, there's bird books. There's bird drawings. There's just 1,000 different things of animals. What is it about animals that draws you so?
Again, just my fascination with the natural world. That's one reason we're in a forest here. We have about 3 acres.
Yes.
And it's trees. We get wildlife in the backyard.
Right.
And when we bought the land back in 1995, that's what the real estate agent that helped, he wanted to know, what do you want? What do you need in life?
Right.
And I said, I want to be around nature. I don't want to be in the city.
Yeah.
Thomas had a nice home down in the Broadmoor area.
Yeah.
And he was on some land that had a lake on the back. But there's too many people around. There's too much activity.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I liked Tom's home. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the setting was wonderful. But it's too much activity. I wanted solitude.
Yep.
And when the real estate agent brought me out here, first thing I wanted to know, do I have wildlife? Am I going to have wildlife in the backyard?
Right.
And he's like, well, yeah, they're going to.
And he's thinking it's negative.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's like, they're going to get bears. And so you're going to have to do this and do that. You get cougars, you get bobcats. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And he was just like, why is that good for you?
Yeah.
I said, because I paint animals.
Yeah.
And I want to see them. I want to see them react to to me and live in this environment.
Right.
That's important for me to see them in motion and acting. He's, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was really, a little nervous about me, I think. But once we bought the land and we started building, and he started to, he would come out and watch the construction of the home. And I'd be out here, and I'm photographing the animals and the birds and the trees.
Right, of course you are.
He says, don't you want to take some pictures of your house? And I'm like, yeah, I got some.
Yeah.
But it was the animals.
Yeah.
And we had a black bear. Nancy's got pictures on her phone that came to the front door about 5-6 days ago.
Right.
Love that.
Of course.
That was
That's
just
who you are, man.
Yeah. And the bobcat and porcupines,
That's cool.
raccoons, a lot of mule deer,
Right.
herds of mule deer
Right.
come through. We've got lots of photographs, reference material
Yeah.
for me and for Nelson, and that makes my world complete. We got foxes too,
Yeah.
coyotes, and every now and then we do get a cougar, but they're not as common.
Yeah.
I think because we're on this side of the highway, on the west side of the highway,
Right.
you probably get more cougars. But that's that's how I want to live.
Yeah.
I want to see nature. I want the birds in the morning, the ravens.
Yeah. It
the
fits with
bluebirds.
who you are,
Yeah.
what your personality, what you crave to paint.
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking to me earlier tonight that you couldn't paint portraits because just looking at that person you couldn't deal with that emotional connection like that. And even you said on your wildlife, you turn the head a bit.
Yeah.
And you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like that connection is so critical to
me?
yes,
To me, it
to
is.
being able to connect to the emotion and the personality and the animal, while at the same time being completely and utterly surrounded by it in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that I didn't grow up with pets,
Yeah.
I don't have that attraction to physically
Right.
being in contact with animals, but I just want to observe.
Yeah.
I get a lot of satisfaction just from observing, Nelson's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course. I think all artists are great observationists.
Yeah.
They have to be, right? To
Yes.
capture that,
Yeah.
whatever that is,
Yeah.
to give an animal emotion, to a personality,
Yes.
which I'm sure you strive for that,
Yes.
means you have to be very observant to animals.
Do you see that
Yeah.
in my work?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
And,
important.
and Thomas does it with his portraits in the face, how he gets the eyes just flipped and just that sensibility. So that's what great artists are, I think, are observations. Same with writers. They have to pay attention. You enjoy, I guess you're right, and I do too, going into a room, being in your little area, wherever that is, and just watching and looking and seeing and taking it in and being curious.
Yes.
And then,
Very, very much so. And that is something that I know my parents would always, why are you just sitting there looking, And I'm like, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
just enjoying the view.
yeah, that's right.
Like architecture,
Yeah.
my brother and I designed this house.
Yeah, I love the sidewalk components that comes up.
Okay.
The white lines that
Okay.
lead to the entrance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we both would, he was 6 years older than me. And we would sometimes, when he started driving and he's driving me around, we'd stop and look at architecture together. And he was an architect.
Yeah.
And that's something that's
Also an artist.
I think I would be doing if I wasn't doing this,
Yeah.
is architecture.
Oh, sure. You're a creator. There's only one lane, whatever that is, for you. And, you're also a highly sensitive person, which I can relate to.
Don't tell too many people.
I'm telling everybody I'm a highly sensitive person. I don't care if they know it or not. That's our superpower.
Okay.
And it is.
Yeah.
Because it allows us to be empathetic, and it allows us to, relate to animals. And I love animals. I can feel that energy. And like we were saying, you have a mount, but it's not because it was something you killed. It's because it's something that you need to be around.
And as I said, it's also research.
Yeah, of course.
Because
every one of these windows that you open, I have no doubt, your eyes are peering periodically out and looking. And when you need to take that break, it's there, right?
It's here. I love sitting where Tom is.
Yeah.
Looking out that way. We have an owl, neighborhood owl.
Nice.
That sits in the tree every now and then.
Which I'm sure you have rendered on more than one occasion.
Oh, yeah. And but when this is north.
Yeah.
And so the trees are pretty close.
Yes.
The exterior lights are not on, but when it snows, it's just quiet.
Yeah.
It's just quiet, and I love that. That's when I can be the most productive. Is when it's snow on the ground, nothing's happening.
No sensory overload either.
Exactly, and I love solitude, quiet, and it gives me time to decompress.
Yeah.
And I can resolve issues.
I can relate to this.
Yeah, I can resolve a lot of issues and things like that.
Yeah.
When it's quiet.
Creative issues.
Creative and personal. When it comes to business and making
all
decisions
that stuff.
and all
the
that.
left-hand side of that bookcase.
And so that's one reason I wanted this location was solitude, quiet.
Yeah.
My neighbors are an acre away, that way, 2 acres away, that way. And so I'm good.
You probably could visualize it as soon as you saw the property. I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I tell the story about the real estate agent that I worked with for 2 years. And he showed me a lot of properties.
Yeah.
And when he got to the cul-de-sac, and because I was leaving town that same day. Right. And he said, there's one other area that you're not going to love it, but you keep asking for land and you want flat. And
you're trying to tell him.
And he said, I'll show you, it's going to take a couple hours, but you're not going to miss your plane. I want you to see this property. And this was the only lot that was not built on. Mm. And when he drove and stopped the car at the front of the driveway, I said, okay, that's it. Yeah. That's what I want. Yeah. He says, don't you need to walk on the land? I said, no, I see it.
I so get it. Every house I've had's been like that.
This is what I've been looking for.
Yeah, because you know in your mind what you want.
Yeah, I wanted the space and the solitude.
Right. And you had to have it to be able to create properly or completely and live.
Yeah, I have everything I desire as far as being able to create. Yeah. Other than not enough time.
Yeah, we all have that. Well, that's when we said, you can come see us at this show, and you're like, it's snow. I love it at that time. I'm thinking, gosh, I hate it at that time. But for you, I don't like cold. Oh. I like the beauty of snow. Yeah. But to get to snow, you have to go through cold. Yeah. But for you, it represents everything you want for quiet, for solitude.
I like being in it.
Yeah, of course.
It's comfortable to me.
I get it.
I like cold because I like the process of warming up after being cold. Okay. That is important to me. And that's I guess kind of hard to explain.
No, I get it. I have to have the sun before I can start functioning in the day. Huh. I literally have to go outside. First of all, I have to have the lights come up so I can wake up, and I have to be outside and have sun. And part of the time in my gallery, I will literally take out, Charles too, we stop and we go, let's go outside and get sun and just sit in the sun, feel the sun. And it's the same kind of thing, just reversed.
I'm reversed.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're humans, right? And so we need these things of nature, whether we recognize it or not. Creative, sensitive people, I think, recognize it. They recognize it, and they try to make that happen. You clearly have done this with where you've selected to make your life for the last 20 years. and create all the art that you have. And again, this is why this is such an honor to go to Artist's Studio and actually get an unfettered look at, and it should be for anybody who's paying attention, they're watching this, is that you're getting to see, like we said, these are the love letters of where they're made, right? It happens here and how you do it. And when I look at this, right, this, well, you tell me. You tell me how this is organized for your life.
It's
really organized.
Well, I think it's chaotic right now, but just this location, I wanted North Light. When I had the architect, engineer, I said, I want windows facing north because I want to know what that experience is about having North Light. Yeah. And I want big windows, and I want things to be cozy. I don't need big and grand. Yes. I want things to be comfortable, but I want to be open to nature. So I gave him a whole list of requirements. I bet. And he followed everything exactly as I had asked for. The big windows, because the light coming in, I like cool. I don't want the south side where it's hot. So I can manage the temperature in here for my comfort. And it's sensitive. So when he designed this room, it was, and I didn't finish it right away because I wasn't sure that contractor understood exactly how I wanted the room to feel, how it feels. Yes. The other contractor wanted things painted. I wanted the stained wood. Yeah. And I wanted trim, and I wanted interest. Yeah. And because I like wood. Yeah. And I wanted this type of a floor. Yeah. And it's comfortable. Yes. That was the first thing I noticed. Is like, thank God, this is comfortable for me. For my back, it's very comfortable. Okay. And things like color to artists and creative people, especially artists that make their livelihood with color, it's so important to every little detail. I'm sure the greats, what color they are, the outlets, the furniture that fix. I mean, am I wrong? No, you're not wrong at all. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. No, I mean, it has to meet your aesthetic that you expect of yourself and your work. Yeah, right. The fellow that did finish the room for me, I just had plywood and drywall up and lighting. And when he came to review with me what I wanted done, he came in, he looked at the room. He said, "Now, I hear you're an artist. I want to see your artwork." Oh, that's smart. That's very smart. It was very smart. And I pulled out my artwork and showed him my work, and he's like, "You like nature." Yeah. Yeah. The painted finish is not what I see. Yeah. Represents who you are. Yeah. And he says, "Let me make decisions and bring you some choices." Yeah. Of stain and type of wood. He had talked about knotty alder and what was the other one? I forget the other one now. Maple. And maple is down in the kitchen. But he said, I think the knotty alder would be perfect for what I see in you. And those chairs over in the corner, he liked the color. He said, "Now I want the stain to match these chairs." And I said, "Okay, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good." I'm thinking he's going to come back with crazy. Right. And he came back with this. He's color sensitive, obviously. Yeah, well, he was very sensitive to you, to how he felt about me. Yeah. And we had just had one meeting. That's everything, right? And so I thought, okay, this guy's a good. That's a really good fit. That's a really good person to work with. Yeah, for anybody, quite frankly. And so I had no changes. Yeah, that's wonderful. With this. Yeah. And he was very proud of what he had done with. Yeah, because he cares. That was the thing that was really important to me when we were building the home, is to have carpenters that cared. Yeah. And they did. Yeah. They cared. And they're artisans too. Yeah, because this was important to me. It's so important. That's the thing. This is a love life, right? This is your love letters because it is so important. Yeah. I mean, you spend
the majority of your
my
life,
time.
other than in your bed, sleeping
in
here.
this room.
And you more than others because you don't want to be out of this room. You love this room.
You got it.
And this is where all the things that are going to be who you are,
Yeah.
known long after you are gone, are created here.
Yeah. This is
Right?
it. I worked all of my life to, like I said to the guy, Rick was his name. I said, I imagined this room when I was like 17 years old.
That's so cool.
And everything that I did was about getting here.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
so
that's such an impactful thing to say.
well,
I get it.
And so it was 2010 when I had it finished.
Wow.
But I didn't want it finished and then redo it, tear stuff
Yeah.
out and redo it. I just left it, plywood and
Yeah.
worked in it until I found the right person to do it.
I get it.
And
That
so-
vision of a 17-year-old that wants a specific
This
sensibility.
is it, and that's how my head works. And those are the things that when I talk to
That's
a
so
lot of young
amazing.
artists about
Yeah.
these things, imagine how you want to end up and what makes you comfortable.
Right.
And I always thought that I wanted to be an artist in a comfortable setting that I design, and I have it,
Yeah.
and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
There was a lady called a few weeks ago. I drove by your property and we're wanting to know if you want to sell. And I said no, and just hung up.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
know.
like, why is she doing that to me? Making me want to. No,
Yeah. It's actually unkind to do that,
I think
quite
so.
frankly.
I think so.
It's like asking somebody to put a price or to make an offer on something you don't want to sell.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I said about I don't want people in my house that want to buy things because I don't want to sell them.
Yes.
And I don't want them to bring that up component
Okay.
because it's not.
I hear you.
It's an unkind thing.
Yeah.
Because that person too they may not be able to understand what it means to somebody who has a connection to something so deeply
Yes.
from 17 years old
Yeah.
that you wanted this thing.
This.
And so them, it's just a house. To you,
Yes.
it's where you create.
I hear you. And that, again, that's me talking to the contractor. Why do you want the corners so perfect at 90 degrees and all
Right.
of that? And I'm like, because it's my house,
Right.
and I want square corners.
Right.
He says, well, nobody's going to notice this but you.
Yes,
And I
correct.
said-
Maybe so, but that's okay.
And I said to him, I know that. That's why I want you to
Yeah.
make them square.
Yeah.
It's important to me.
Right.
I don't care what anybody else thinks. It's
Yeah.
important to me. And he was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I've never had a client like that.
Yeah. Because they haven't had creative artisans clients.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had something similar in a house that I was designing the light fixtures for, and he goes, "Well, it's not really perfectly straight on there." I go, "But I don't care. For me, artistically and how I see it, that's how it works." So
Yeah.
he goes, "Okay,
Yeah.
you're paying the bills." And I go, "Yep, that's fine."
Well, let me show you something.
Yeah. So let's see.
Here's my bath.
Oh yeah, look at this.
So I've got full bath.
All right, we're showing the world.
Oh, okay. Well, so this is my office.
So that's as much as he wants to show.
Yeah.
But that is one of the things when you are working here and you're focused, you don't want to have to break the magic, right? I mean, we all have to use the restroom, we all have to do things, but you don't want it to be interfere, I assume, right?
Right.
When I'm in my library writing, I close the doors. I don't want to hear any washing machine. I don't want to hear any noise. I don't want to hear. Maybe I'll open the door a little bit, just have some wind or smells or something. And I'm sure you probably
Soundproofing.
can do this here too at times, right?
Yeah. Well, I can close this door and it
Right.
shuts off.
Can you open these windows too?
Yes. They're double hung, but these are.
And do
these
you
are
open
fixed.
them?
Yeah.
I would
No,
think.
I can't open these. These are fixed.
But that one's open. You
No,
can
that one.
Yeah.
And this one. That
Because the
one.
first thing I noticed when I came here was the smell of the pines.
Yeah.
I was like,
Isn't
oh,
that
yeah,
good?
yeah, because I haven't smelled it since I've been here. I've been in Denver and Colorado Springs, and I hadn't smelled it.
Well, it is. These windows. I close these in the summer.
Yeah, and that's
because
what that's for, right?
Yeah,
that's
because
your window turner and things, right?
Yeah, the bugs come in from outside.
Yeah.
And so I close the shades at night, but when it snows, I leave them open because there's no bugs coming in attracted to the lighting. But because I just can't stand buzzing in my ears.
And so when we look at something like this, I can see this is your work pad that you're working out ideas. Is that right?
Yes.
And so maybe we can share that too.
These are my sketchbooks.
Oh yeah, look at all the little tags on them all. Yeah, look at that.
See, this is where ideas start.
Yeah.
And Pegasus is important to me in my life. I don't know why. I just like Pegasus, so I did a lot of paintings of Pegasus, and plan to do more. But you can flip through it.
Yeah.
Because it's just lots of ideas. I'm sitting.
I want to see what a blue one is. So what's a blue versus is there a code? Or
No, there's no code.
Okay.
It was just.
It would not surprise me. Well, I look at, again, the keys, everything has its place, right? I can see it. I can feel it.
Okay.
And that's how you create.
Yep.
I mean, you embrace who you are. Of course, I think all artists do, because it seems to me that artists are much more in tune to their interpersonal everything, emotions. They have to be. And so they kind of figure out who they are and what it is that they need to be able to create. So probably as a young boy even, there's things that are still like they are today, for quiet and being in seclusion, things that makes it easier for you to function.
Yes.
Right? Is that right?
Efficiently.
Yeah, efficiently.
Yeah,
and this also allows you efficiency when
Exactly.
things are perfectly where you know they are.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guarantee your wife knows it too. Right?
I think so.
I'm sure she does. I'm not sure mine does. When she wants to see, I'm kind of the opposite. I look at that. I see all the things, plus bird flying. This is all the difference. It's not just the imagery too, but it's the word. It's about to go down. Title, I assume, right? So from a 2x4 little small sketch, the story is already there. You've sketched out the things, but by it's about to go down, you know what that is. Have you done that one yet?
I have not.
Yeah, but it's on the list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot on the list.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
But this is all sitting on the airplane.
Yes, right. Every moment that
airports.
you have that you can do it, you do, right?
Yeah. So this is how everything develops.
I love artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But this is a newer one.
Yeah.
But again, I'm doing a series of birds. That's what these pieces are.
Yeah, and let's talk about these pieces. What are these?
It's just
They're beautiful.
the Audubon
Yeah.
influence and Lansdowne, the naturalists that did
Yeah.
birds of North America.
Yeah.
And so on. And I've always been fascinated with how they went about those prints. You can buy prints of them, and interior decorators use them a lot. And I wanted to have that kind of a feel, as these are naturalist studies, and these are just fun to do because it's me just drawing out of my head, and then when I get like you can see, like I've done this, I've done many of these as finished works, and it starts with that, and then I will enlarge it, and then go in and refine the details and the.
And what's the media? What is it?
It's acrylic.
It is acrylic. It's so fine. It's hard to tell. Is that pencil? Is that? Yeah.
This is pencil.
Yeah.
These are washes of acrylic paint,
Wow.
and I'm using acrylics like a color artist would use watercolor.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can see that, but it's. That's the question. That's why I asked the question. What is this?
Yeah.
As far as I like this, male.
Yeah.
And so So let's talk about just that little thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're inspired by the Audubon pieces, which were scientific as well as incredible artistic things.
Yes.
Why the male side?
Yeah.
I know it's a male bird. I can get that, but
Well, you know that, but
Yeah.
not everybody knows that.
Okay, maybe that's why my parents were scientists, so. Biologists, and I had a biology degree, so I get it.
Yeah.
So,
And,
okay,
and so the female,
yeah,
it has different markings,
Yes.
different colors.
yeah,
And those are things that I think it's educational also.
Yes, I get it,
With what the work that I do here is to have clients that collect these birds. I do have clients that are, waiting for bird
I
paintings
can
like
see
this.
why.
And
They're beautiful.
there's a couple in Georgia that have bought quite a few birds from me,
Yeah,
and they had never paid attention to the male and female
Yeah.
of the species
yeah,
until they started looking at my art
yes,
and seeing that I was, putting the symbols, and to know that the female is brown or had different markings, that we just thought it was a different type of bird. I'm like,
yeah, and you
well,
can see the colored
Yeah.
birds here, and the more
Yes.
drab on the
Yeah.
side. And then, so is this a finished piece?
Yes.
I thought it would be. That's why I asked. But to me, it's like, I didn't want to insult you and say, I think it's finished. Because I do think it's finished. That's how I see it, as a finished piece.
Okay.
Because that works with how you paint.
Yes.
Just like Charles had brought up how he liked how you hadn't
Yeah.
done this area, because that's you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why?
It doesn't need it.
Yeah, I've said everything
Right?
I needed to say about
That's
this
right.
bird.
That's
here.
such a hard thing for an artist to know.
Really?
I think so. It's the younger artists want to put in everything but the kitchen sink, right?
I've done that,
Yeah.
and this is more.
Yeah, it takes away from it.
And my wife was very instrumental in me choosing to do this,
Yeah.
because she's always told me, sometimes your drawings are much, your studies are much nicer than your finished work.
Yeah.
They have a lot more energy because
Yeah.
of the looseness. And I think you said that to me back with the drawing show.
Yeah.
And I'm. And
Yeah,
for
I love
me,
it.
I like Leonardo's drawings. I like a lot
Yeah.
of those masters' drawings.
Yeah.
You got enough information to know what's happening.
Right.
Why go to the next thing.
No, that's right.
And time, like I said, I'm thinking, okay, I need to get 6 paintings of birds done, and I need them to have an appeal. I need to go fast.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'm not going to live forever.
Yeah.
So I better get as many done as I wanted.
Yeah.
So
You tell the story. The color's not going to help it here at all.
Yeah.
And the green does give it 3-dimensionality.
Yeah.
So, and how do you frame something like this?
just in a simple black frame.
Simple black frame.
Yeah. I can show you some pieces that.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Or let me just grab this.
Yeah, I think those need to be headed my way. These.
Here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those are beautiful. Yeah, those are beautiful.
And these are easy and fun to do.
That's so funny to say that, because I look at it and it seems like magic. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. For somebody who, I may know art and love art, but that doesn't mean I can make art like this. And so to me, it's when I see something so beautifully rendered, yeah, it's magic, dude. It completely is. Especially the one on here. Are those whooping cranes
Sandhill cranes.
or sandhill cranes? Because I guess they're so white, I couldn't tell. And I should, because they're all around. Oh yeah, is that the one that lives here? No, that's a snowy owl.
No,
That's a
this
different
is
one.
the horned owl that we have.
You
in
have a
the back.
horned owl. Thank you. Oh yeah, look at that. That's your friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are just fantastic.
But that's how I frame them. Keep it simple, because I
Yeah.
want the focus to be on the art, not on the
Yes,
frame.
that's right.
That's my strategy.
Yes,
I know some artists choose to do these elaborate frames.
they would kill this. They would kill it. I think. I mean, there's times for it if it's the right situation in the home or a major or whatever. I can see it that it has to do it to work, right?
And that's what this piece is. I just finished this
Yeah.
because I was.
Yeah, the fish is beautiful too.
Thank you.
It's a brown
Cutthroat
trout. Which it's a cutthroat, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look here, my father would kill me if I didn't get that right, because he's an entomologist.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But I've done this painting very similar to this, and it sold to a collector in Denver. And I got a phone call from a collector that was of my art that wanted the painting and was disappointed that the painting had sold. And so he was just seemed upset about it. And I said,
Probably
well,
was, I guess.
I'll do another one.
Yeah.
You know, I'll change.
You can do that?
I'll do something similar.
Yeah.
So that's why I created this piece.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things that lands down, and you know, these are my bird books.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, every great artist has to have a great library.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not the same as putting it on a phone, I don't think, or a computer. There is something different about the tactile and...
But you know, these are things that I saw as a kid.
Yes.
You know, in the library books that I spent a
Yeah.
lot of time in the public library.
Did you spend time, like, looking at birds when you were a kid as far as you did?
Well, you know, the blue jays, I grew up in the South.
Yeah.
So blue jays and wrens were the common birds.
Yeah, and robins.
And cardinals and robins. And whenever they were in the backyard or in the front yard where, I was close to the window, I would just sit and study and look at them.
Yeah.
You know, and mom, dad was, what are you looking at? I said, I'm just looking at birds. Well, you've seen them a million times.
Yeah.
Why? and that's
why they don't get it. Well, unless you have that sensibility, I guess it's hard. I often wonder, you know, I don't see why you don't see the beauty in what I'm looking at. It's just a shadow on the sidewalk. I go, but look at the lines, you know?
I hear you. Well, that's me, wanting to, the nature
Yeah.
programs. I have CDs and DVDs
Yeah.
that can play on that TV while I'm working. And so I usually have that on nature.
And more nature around you.
Yeah.
What kind? Is there a specific? Any kind, as long as it's nature.
As long
With
as-
sounds of nature?
It's not so much the sounds, it's
the
mainly about
visuals?
the visual.
Yeah.
Because the birds, any like National Geographics right now, and then David Attenborough,
Yeah. What a good voice.
British,
Yeah. The voice
and
is so beautiful.
His series that he does.
Oh, yeah.
I have those on DVD
national
and,
treasure.
and so on, but they play it every weekend. It's all day on Saturdays, all day. And so I'm in here painting while
Yeah.
I'm watching and listening to his explanation.
And that's when you do that you're painting in your brain.
Yes.
It's there. I want to look at this piece too, again, just because I love sandhill cranes. I love cranes, but I love sandhill cranes because they were where I grew up. And so what was the inspiration for this piece?
This was my
Here's
my
the
sketch.
study. Yeah, okay.
That was my first sketch.
Yes.
And I just I like cranes because
me too.
you can the long necks give you the opportunity to do some interesting compositions.
Yeah.
And there is a young lady that came to one of my museum exhibitions, and she stood in front of, I've got 5 pieces, I think, that are of flamingos, great blue herons, different large birds. And she came to me and said, your work is a great study for an artist about designing positive and negative shapes in space. You said every one of your pieces has very comfortable design. So I have a series of birds that I've done.
And the bigger they are, the better to be able to display the space.
Well, for me, I like the Elephant Book by Audubon.
Yes.
Those big, beautiful prints. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do prints. I want original artwork.
Yeah, of course.
And so I've done quite a few pieces of big, just because of that inspiration. With come on. But I've done. I'm doing a series of birds of prey and some of the waterfowl. So you got great blue herons, white herons. You got all of these different.
And do you show birds like, so if you have birds of prey and waterfowl, do you show the action of what happens between those species?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
See, those are the things that I'm doing, and this is some of the exhibition.
So the people who are just listening to it, we're looking at his computer, and this is the reason why they watch it on YouTube. In fact, if you're going to watch and listen, if you're going to listen to a podcast in a studio, you know, seeing the visuals is so much more gratifying because you can. So we're looking at a whole show of large birds in a museum setting kind of thing. Where is that?
Turkeys. This is New Jersey.
Was this in a museum?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like I was going to say if it's a gallery, I want that guy's name, because or girl's name, because it's beautifully done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, I have a museum, and I love the fact that I can do things where it's more visually enchanting, not as jammed up.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to.
Yeah.
The connection is slow.
Yeah.
But I've done great blue herons, flamingos, white herons. You saw the turkeys.
Right.
And
I would think you could do any bird.
yeah.
It's just if it moves you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the component, right?
But you know, the markings of the bird are fun to do.
Yes.
You know, the great blue heron. There was a piece down in the family room. I think you had your back to it.
Yeah.
But it's, and I've done a piece of great blue herons interacting with seagulls fighting over a fish.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. That's really cool.
And now it showed. Let me
The
show you.
Peggy Notespart.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me go to the paintings and see if that works.
So again, we'll try to get this, put it up on the YouTube too, so you can see it. Yeah. Okay. So, mine, 3 exclamation marks. You have 2 seagulls fighting over a carp, it appears.
You got it.
Yeah.
You know your fish.
Thank you, Father. Yeah. And as I would expect, the heron is going to win. In fact, if seagulls aren't careful, they're going to be the next meal.
Yeah, brown pelicans.
Yeah, brown pelicans. Yeah, feeding for the baby. Right. And flamingos, you know, that's again, these are space, right? You see that. I can see that now that you pointed out. It's a study in space as well. And a male and a female.
With
Franklin turkey. Yes, swans protecting the brood. Male protecting the female.
Oh.
Run, rabbit, run. Yeah. I
That's
guarantee you there's somewhere is a little study that's 2x3 that says that, as that, it says run, rabbit, run.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's Bob Kuhn. That's a title that I got from Bob Kuhn.
Yeah.
In one of his
Shout out to
pieces.
Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Blue, yeah. The fish are beautiful too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you done fish? Like, I
Yes.
mean, I could see it.
Well, you know, and that's part of the.
There's a good one. Kingfisher. Yeah.
This is a piece that's just sold at the Idle George.
Yes. Quail. Gamble's quail.
Hummingbirds.
Yeah, just a variety. I know the western meadowlark. I know that sound. That's home when I hear that. Yeah, just one after another. Yeah.
So you can just go through all of these.
Yes.
And these are very simple.
And so this is on EzraTucker.com. So
Yes.
you can literally go to his website and see what we talked about, even if you're just listening to this. And you can go through all these birds. You can see every one of these. I have one question on this.
Yes.
So you make the thing, I can see where you made it here and here.
Uh-huh.
Do you remove that at some point, those
Yes.
preliminary sketch marks?
Sometimes, it's not all the time.
Yeah.
For me, leaving some of those sketches in, those marks,
Add to the complexity, right?
and it gives it a little bit more life.
Yeah.
I think.
Also shows it's human made.
Exactly.
You know, the process.
Yeah.
Because I asked that because I kind of like them.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and it just shows the action. It shows, I don't know, it shows the process. And to me, the process is very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And there again, I'm trying to ground it and give it a little bit more interest by putting in, snails and
Yeah, I saw them.
marsh. environment.
Life. Yes.
And that's just, it feels good to me.
Well,
and I'm
that's
thinking
the key, right?
a lot of collectors like that.
And then I just seeing all the different. I mean, there was a period of time, and in fact, I should do it again. I will right now. It to me is taking pictures of artists' brushes in their studio. To me, tells such a story of who they are and what they are and how they do it. Even how you do your pencils, right? And keep, So I think those have seen better days, but here's a new time. This is a pencil that has been, you have this becomes this because that's life, right? That takes so time. For those who are listening to it, I'm showing a pencil that's 8 inches long and one that's a 1 2/4 inches that is still usable.
Yeah.
Again, that tells me so much. If people care to, what I would say to people, if they have the opportunity to visit an artist in the studio, which is again a very intimate place, they should always do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you allow people to come to your studio very often? As a man who likes his solitude,
Rare.
I would think so.
No, this is my workspace.
Absolutely, it's your
and
living
it's
space.
personal,
Yes,
and I'm not that. I allow you because
I know, and I look at it as an honor when I get to go into a studio like this.
You understand this environment. You respect it.
Yes.
And you're making assumptions that are right on about why.
Yeah.
And I don't have to explain to you what I'm doing, how I'm doing it,
Right.
on and on and on. You basically have an understanding of it.
Yeah.
And that's something I always say. I don't like talking about what I do.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I've been asked to do it and do it more.
Yeah.
But because I'm just thinking I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing, this is what I do.
That is a sign of a great artist, as I had said earlier at dinner. Those that don't think they're special are.
Well,
That should be a T-shirt.
yeah. Well, I just think it's easy to lose focus when I spend too much time socializing and talking about what I do.
Yeah.
And that's something I've always been aware of. When no matter what gift you have, if you spend too much time talking about yourself, you may think yourself grander than others. And I just see myself as an ordinary human being.
Yeah.
And I just choose to do this for a living and choose to have this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Everybody's making choices that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm no better than anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm just making different choices.
Yeah.
And that's what everything here is about.
Yeah.
Is my choice because this makes me comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not forced on me, a choice I made.
Right.
And I want to wake up every day and feel good about the choices I've made because I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not making do. And that was a challenge from being a kid of, not having choices. Mom and dad ruled.
Right.
And
Right.
you did what you were told.
Yeah.
If not, there were consequences.
Yeah.
I do what I choose to do, and the consequences are kind of nice.
Yeah. More snow, birds singing and creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying all of this, and the fact that you understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Those anytime, I'd love to have you in my studio, because those are the things. My wife and I, as an artist,
Yeah.
and my son is an artist. My
Yeah.
daughter's an engineer.
Yeah.
My other son's a musician.
Right.
And we all respect each other's choices about what
Right.
we do.
Yeah, because
And
they get it.
And we're all creative,
Yeah.
and we respect each other.
Does
that
not
way.
surprise me. Two creative parents have creative children generally.
No, that's important to me.
Yeah, it's super important.
Yeah. But I'm curious to know why that and not the eagle. As to
That respond? You mean that I respond to?
yes.
Well, I grew up in eastern New Mexico where I see lots and lots of sandhill crane because the playas would be there. They would come in and they were, I like the sound, the noise. I like the way they make the V's. I like how they raise up in the sky so high. They can go from a small to high and then come down like glider planes. you know, and it tells the time of the season, November.
Okay.
It's somewhere coming in at Thanksgiving time, a joyous time when the cranes come back, right?
Yeah.
And they leave in the spring. So that for the one with the eagle, for me, it's as much about the fish. I like to fly fish. I like to cut throat trout. I like it's a sense of emotion.
Yeah.
And again, for me, and it should be, I think, something that people might want to use as a barometer is emotion.
Okay.
Does it make emotion? Does it provoke something, good or bad? It can be a negative emotion too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That means the creator, the artist, has managed to succeed in what they do. And that means you've reached somebody else, not because they all have resonance to you, or you wouldn't do it, or you wouldn't let it out of your studio. Yeah. But if you can get the viewer to have that same response, like I do with the crane for sure, you know, then you've succeeded to other people. So that's why I look at all art. I look for some kind of emotional component. And when I come into this studio, I look at it as sacred ground.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and right?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So when I am, when you came in and we're going to talk, I said, let me just look. Yeah. I want to think about what I see, you know, why this is how it is, not just structurally, but again, emotionally, you know, because everything has its place, whether it's a cluttered studio or a non-cluttered studio, there's a resonance to that person. Yeah. And it's clear that this is, you know, to me, all artists, but I can see this vision, you know, and then of course you expounding on it and showing me, you know, I can see just this part. You've read the book. You've opened the book to me to what it is. You're sharing something, again, deeply personal.
Very true.
You know?
Very true.
Yeah.
Because this is me. This is
me.
If I didn't do this, I don't know what else I'd be doing. You know, this is
You
really
would be
important.
sad.
Yeah.
You would be very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's hard enough not to be sad just in a good life, but you know, if you can't do the things that resonate with you as a human, then that's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
Yeah. That's why we need to support more art in primary schools.
Yes. Yeah, and that is something my wife and I spent time when our kids were small.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, going to the school and talking to the kids
you
and doing demonstrations and different things like that. Just because I didn't get that. Well, I didn't get it. I got it, but I didn't get enough of it.
That's right.
That's what I always think about is, man, if I'd had that teacher that really went the extreme.
Yeah.
You know, just.
Yeah. So you did become a professional artist, Steven. But you became it in even when you didn't have that. If you had it, you could have really flourished quickly, and maybe some of the pain and things you had to get through wouldn't have been so bad. When you can have, especially I think if you can have an art professor or an art teacher who comes to your parents and says, your child has something special. You know, I hope you embrace it. I'm sure you must, but because some parents go, you know, drawing is for kids, right? Okay, now, you know, you got to get a job.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah. No, don't want you to be a starving artist.
Yeah.
And that I hopefully have accomplished.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty beautiful studio, pretty beautiful home.
Thank you.
You know, it definitely
Thank you.
Is there anything that we haven't discussed about what you do as an artist in this studio that you feel we need to know or you would like to share?
No, I can't really. No, I think, as I said, it's hard to talk about me. And you've asked a lot of questions, and
I know.
And I'm hoping that's answered. I've answered your questions. To please you. But like I said, this is where I spend most of my life, in this room. Yeah. And you respect that, and you've asked very sensitive questions about that.
You're a sensitive person.
Right? And you respect that. But no, this is no, I don't share it with a lot.
I'm sure you don't.
Because it's, I'm playing. A lot of people feel like, you're playing, you're not really working. And I'm like, I make my income from
Yeah.
this. I figured out how to make an income, and from something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not destroying anything. I'm not, hopefully not polluting the environment.
Right.
But this is comfortable, and it's nice, I think, to have a skill, because it's also therapy, as far as dealing with the world and how crazy things can be.
Right.
Is to come in and create and use my hands.
Yeah.
And that's what I taught to our kids.
Yeah.
To
Clearly.
be creative.
Yeah, clearly.
Be creative in order to help know how to calm yourself when you're stressed or anxious.
Yes, to be in the moment.
I start a painting if I'm trying to process
Right.
a challenge, whatever it is.
Yes, I get it.
Is my sketchbooks.
Yes, I can see it.
And then if I hit something that makes me go, wow, I need to spend more time doing this rather than thinking about this. And then I can put that in its space and do it and create. And those are things that I think my kids and my wife, we all use that skill to calm ourselves.
Yeah, it's a language.
And to balance
Yeah.
our daily
Right.
anxieties or challenges.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful
Yes.
that I have that.
Right.
I don't know where that came from, but I have
Trial
that.
and error, probably.
And I know that this is by design.
Yes.
And that was what I was telling my contractor when we were building the home. This home is for the comfort of my family.
Yeah.
And everything, he said, is very intentional what you've done.
Yeah.
And he says everything, the materials, the size of the rooms, the lighting.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, doesn't everybody do that?
They don't.
And he's like, no.
Yeah.
I said, well, okay. But anyway, he was always challenged by some of the specifications that I gave to what would make me comfortable.
Yeah.
Why do you need this? For my comfort. It's a custom home. It's not a tract home. It's
Right.
a custom. This is for my comfort and my family's comfort.
Yeah, and your workplace. I mean, it's more than just a home.
And it's my work. My wife has her studio.
Yeah.
My son, when he was here at home, had his studio space.
Yeah.
My daughter had access to having a studio space if she wanted it.
Yeah, because her father and mother knew this was important to people.
My son, as a musician, had his space
Yeah.
so that he could go close the door and
Right.
practice and do what he did with his music.
Yeah.
And that's how we live. We lived when they were at home, but when they come back home, they have access to those spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, that safe space. Yeah.
Because it's important, I think, for people to be comfortable in life and not always be stressed and disappointed. And
That provides happiness, joy, and gratitude.
yeah. And I think people would probably be happier,
Of course they do.
if they make choices that made them comfortable.
Yeah, they have to get in touch with that inner person to be able to understand that sometimes.
Yeah.
And they wonder why things don't feel comfortable. Well, it's the way you've designed your home, or you haven't designed your home, or your furniture, or your art.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go to a rental home without bringing my own art because if they don't have art, it's devastating. I cannot be in a house that doesn't.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I have to have something there to look at. And the hotel rooms that are barren and have nothing are just torture, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I make choices on where to rent things on looking do they have art?
Yeah.
And do they have outdoor access to spaces and views? Because I know myself, I feel comfortable that way, and I feel anxious if I don't.
Wow.
I'm sure you probably don't. You may not recognize sometimes, but if you go to some places bare walls, it's like
I noticed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I noticed, but I've learned to
block it out. So that's the thing, you block. But you have to imagine, all I do for a living is look at art and think about art.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good portion of it. So when I enter any space,
Yeah.
I'm immediately taking in that, whatever the energy, what all it is.
Yeah.
And so when I come to something that has nothing, no soul, no nothing, it's like, oh God, am I gonna stay in a rental house for 2 weeks in a VRBO and literally not have a single piece of art that's worth viewing, or a Navajo textile or anything? Yeah, I'll bring my own Navajo textiles with me, just to have on my bed. To have, it's just. But you see, that gets to the heart of what you say. You have to have comfort and understand this is comfortable to me, and this is how I feel uncomfortable if I don't have that like that. And it's, for me, it's
I love it.
Same kind of a thing.
So I've never heard that from anybody. I love hearing that. Because
I'm an odd duck.
no, that's real. And I respect that.
Yeah.
Because as I said, for me, comfort is important.
It's so much.
To me, on a daily basis.
All right.
And I try not to do anything that's going to cause stress or anxiety.
Yeah, I get it.
I want things to work, and I'm always putting things back into place because I don't want things to get lost.
Yeah.
And I pay attention when things are out of place.
Of course.
And my wife kind of relies on me.
Yeah.
Ezra, where did you see this? I said, yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, you know exactly where it is.
It's out of place. So I notice.
Yeah.
I don't always move it, but I just notice.
Yeah.
So she's always just kind of going, how do you remember this stuff?
Well, we rented a place in Hawaii. It was a very nice place. And my son and I literally spent the first night rearranging the way that they had put plants and different things that had made no sense from an artistic standpoint. And we were both like, do you think they'll notice that we even changed it? That it's so much better? And we left it like it is. They can change it. They won't notice probably. But, they didn't group things. They didn't think about color, texture, or anything. It was like, we don't want to live like this for a week. Let's just move them around.
I might try that.
Oh, for sure.
I might try it, because there are some places we've been and stayed, and you just, I need to take this picture off the wall. It's
Absolutely.
It's just too. And I have covered with a towel.
Absolutely.
Artwork that I just couldn't stand, wake up in the morning looking at.
No, I get it. That happens every time I go to someone, and sometimes it's really great. And I've had houses that I've done VRBOs, and I see in the picture, they go, oh yeah, this has got really good art. This is really great. And I can walk in and feel great. And then the one I had this summer, I was like, they had a few nice pieces, but they had one that was just like, oh my God, I just can't look at that.
All right.
All right. It's not, we're snobs. It's not, it really isn't that.
Right.
It's a guttural thing for people who might watch this and go, well, they're art snobs. No. Yeah. It may not even be things that you would like what I pick. It's an emotional thing, right?
It is.
You want square corners.
Yes.
You have to have square corners. You need a certain color of this. Right. There's things that you require to feel that way.
Yes.
That's what art can do for you.
Yeah. It does.
And architecture.
And it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So much for this late at night. You were up early listening to a lecture. I know, but to do, and we had dinner. We were fortunate to spend time. But this is, for those who are listening to it, this is, I don't even know, 9, 10 o'clock at night that we're doing it after a full day. Yeah. And maybe that's the best way to do a podcast in some weird way, because you're tired and just let the conversation go. Yeah. Where it goes. Yeah. That and a glass of wine.
Well, thank you. All right.
All right, Ezra, thank you again.
All right.
Thank you for the gift that you have given me and people who are watching this. And it's a gift. So I do hope you watch it and listen to it and understand, if you go into an artist's studio, if you have that opportunity, that it is a sacred place, and to respect it as that, and just like you would if it was your own home.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. That's great. Thank you.